Welcome back to another episode of It's All Clutter. I'm Jess Marcy, and this is my weekly podcast about everything related to clutter. If your motivation for decluttering has been on a long vacation, this is the episode for you. This is episode number 37, Decluttering Motivation. One of the most frequent questions that I get asked is, how can I stop feeling overwhelmed and start feeling motivated to declutter? This is a great question. If everybody felt motivated to do everything in their life that would make their life better, things would be a lot different in this world. But motivation is fickle. It doesn't like to stick around. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, here are my top 10 tips to turn that overwhelm into motivation and get moving on your decluttering projects. Number 1, set yourself up for success. Know yourself. A lot of people tell me that they dive into decluttering and then they quickly lose the motivation to keep going. They take everything out, they feel overwhelmed, and they don't know how to move forward. How long is your attention span? Is your attention span for a project, a whole day? Is it 12 hours long, or is it more like 15 minutes? For a lot of people, it's 15 minutes. So know yourself. And if your attention span for a project like this is 15 minutes, then just set that timer on your phone, turn on the do not disturb, and declutter for 15 minutes. If you are motivated by music, create a playlist that lasts for 15 minutes, put on that playlist, and stay focused on the task at hand, decluttering. After your 15 minutes is up, stop. If you want to go and do more, if that was motivating and you feel like you can do more, that's okay. But if not, just stop and be satisfied that you got 15 minutes of decluttering done. That is a win. That's a big win. If you do that every day, your house is going to look so different and feel so different in just a matter of weeks. Stick to your 15 minutes a day. Another thing you can do while you're decluttering is listen to motivational talks. Just Google top 10 motivational talks, find one that's about your attention span, and put it on. Listening to a motivational talk can motivate you while you're decluttering. Music, motivational talks, timers, do not disturb. 4 ways that you can know yourself and set yourself up for success right at the beginning of your decluttering projects. Another thing you can do right off the bat is commit to decluttering areas that are not emotional. Stick with the easy stuff first. Do not go into a closet full of memorabilia and decluttering landmines and expect to have success right off the bat. Decluttering is a muscle. You need to learn how to declutter and flex those decluttering muscles and get stronger at it by starting with the easy, emotionally easy categories first, period. Declutter your pencils and pens, right? Declutter something super easy to begin with, and that's going to motivate you to continue to move forward. So set yourself up for success right in the beginning of this process by knowing yourself, knowing your time limits, and sticking to the emotionally easy things right when you're getting going. To use timelines and deadlines. Timelines and deadlines are great motivators because you have an end date and usually an event that's happening. Schedule a charity pickup right now, and in 2 to 3 weeks, you'll have a truck come to your house ready to pick up all of the stuff that you've decluttered. This is a great motivator. Plan a party or plan to have friends or family over. Knowing that you're going to have an event at your house is another way that you can feel motivated to get some projects done. Finally, use that weekly recurring garbage pickup that happens at your house to be another deadline that you have every week to get stuff out. Fill up those garbage pails. Get the service that you're paying for. People in our Prioritize Your Sanity group are always posting pictures of their full garbage pails, and it's motivating to see how much they're getting out on a weekly basis. My next tip is declutter with other people. Now, I know that this is tricky. If you live with somebody who's not on board with your decluttering, or if your family seems to be sabotaging your efforts, how can you find somebody to help you declutter? Decluttering can be very isolating. So call a friend. Say, hey, can we FaceTime for a little bit while I'm decluttering? I need to feel like I have somebody to talk to, somebody who's on my side doing this with me. If you don't feel comfortable calling a friend, get into our Prioritize Your Sanity support group. We have 4,000 people in there who are actively decluttering and supporting each other as they go through this whole process. You don't have to do this alone. Finally, don't rely on motivation to get you through the entire decluttering process. Like I said in the beginning, motivation goes on a lot of vacations. Commit to routine action every single day for short periods of time, and just building on that routine action is going to be very motivating. That's what's going to pull that motivation back from vacation. If you're not sure where to start, if you need community, if you need support, get into Clutter Bootcamp, clutter-bootcamp.com. Get into our Prioritize Your Sanity group. There's so many people waiting to support you on this journey. And if you have some great tips for decluttering, go ahead and share them in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next week on another episode of